See this cat popping its head over the wall? Does this look boring to you? Chances are you're saying no and you're screaming cute instead. But this is only 30 minutes from so-called boring Nagoya. We're down in this small city of Tokoname, and while I say city, it actually feels a lot more like a village. Quiet, yes, but once you start wandering the streets here, you're sure to be utterly captivated by the endless beauty of ceramic-lined pathways, whimsical pottery cats, ivy-clad chimneys, and the dreamy look and feel of a town almost completely lost in time. And this is just one train away from Nagoya. The sheer quaintness hiding away in this labyrinth is enough to make you think you've stepped right onto the set of your favourite anime. And actually, you have. Tokoname is the setting for the Netflix feature A Whisker Away, which, unsurprisingly, is a story where cats feature fairly heavily. And on that topic, Tokoname is said to be the city of beckoning cats because it produces more of these ceramic kitties than anywhere else in Japan. People have been making pottery in Tokoname for well over 1,000 years, and it's also the hometown of a company once called Inax. This company produced the tiles for the hugely important renovation of Tokyo Station, which was finished back in 2012. The first client for that company was a certain Frank Lloyd Wright, who needed some terracotta and bricks for the Tokyo Imperial Hotel. Hang around because I've got that masterpiece in this video too. You can delve into the pottery heritage at 2 museums here if you want, but not before you've finished touring the pottery footpath. As you scout around every one of the narrow alleys here, you'll find thousands of supremely photogenic spots to keep you entertained almost everywhere you turn. Since the city is criminally under-promoted, you won't have to share the pathways with billions of other tourists. This is the kind of hidden gem that makes staying in Nagoya a genius move when you visit Japan. Let me show you a couple of my favourite spots. We've got Dendenzaka, a slope hemmed in by a magnificent wall wrapped in shochu bottles. And on the other side of the path is the superbly preserved Takita family's old house, which was once home to the shipping agent who could observe the comings and goings at the port from this really high up spot. Also, you can't really visit Tokoname without marvelling at the enormous climbing kiln with 10 chimneys and 8 separate firing chambers. This design had multiple levels to keep a consistent firing temperature, and Tokoname once had lots of these kilns on their slopes. Lastly, whether you catch it on the way in or out, just be sure not to miss Manaki Neko Street. This is a collection of pottery cats laid out along the main road leading to the pottery area. Each cat has its own theme, and the display blends cuteness, humour and Tokoname heritage in the perfect prelude or postscript to any visit. As I've mentioned, Tokoname is insanely easy to reach. Hop on the express train and you can be here in an easy 30 minutes. It's also only 5 minutes away from Central Japan Airport, so you could quite easily pop over here before or after your flight for some hyper relaxing vibes and perhaps a cup of hojicha and cake too. And if you have a bit more time, I highly recommend joining one of the pottery classes while you're here. Now, if you're finding this video useful, why don't you drop me a thumbs up to help it spread more? And if you want to level up your Japan plan in just 5 minutes every month, go sign up for my insider email too. I'll give you lots of practical tips, ideas for hidden gems to visit, and important updates to help you build the perfect Japan trip. Check the link in the pinned comment to go sign up. So staying in Japan's dullest city gives you the keys to one of its prettiest anime townscapes. But we can take this up a notch or three, because in less than an hour you can be walking the streets of the 1890s. This is reason number 2 to stay in boring Nagoya. It's the Japan almost lost to history. This real-life time machine is called Meiji Mura, and it perfectly captures the essence of Japan at a crossroads. In the late 1800s or Meiji period, Japan stopped isolating itself and started to take in and adapt Western ideas and fashions for its own use. Now, as you see outside Nagoya Station, Japan loves to redevelop land every 5 seconds on average, so old buildings rarely hang around to gather dust, let alone stand as relics of times gone by. If you add war and earthquakes into the mix, you'd be hard-pressed to find similar buildings like these anywhere else in the country. And honestly, I've been to plenty of open-air museums across Japan, but it's the sheer variety and high quality you get here that I think makes Meiji Mura the absolute best of all of them. I mean, it took me over 10 years from first hearing about this place to actually visiting it. And that's when I realised, oh, so this is why people should come to Nagoya. In this expansive park, you'll find incredible buildings like this Kabuki and Rakugo theatre that once entertained audiences down in Ikeda City near Osaka. There's also the police box taken from in front of Tokyo Station and designed to perfectly fit the style of that building. And then there's the original St. Xavier Cathedral that stood in Kyoto's Kawamachi Street from 1890 until it was taken down in 1967. But the crown jewel of the park, and reason enough to visit by itself, is the front of the old Tokyo Imperial Hotel. Like all the buildings here, it was relocated to make way for new developments. And it's a good job because this masterpiece was designed by architect legend Frank Lloyd Wright. And let me wow you with this hotel's unbelievable claims to fame. First, not only did it open on the day of the 1923 Great Kanto earthquake, it also survived pretty much intact, mainly because of the innovative features in its design, like having a low centre of gravity. It also welcomed some incredibly big name guests in its time, including Joe DiMaggio, Charlie Chaplin, and Marilyn Monroe. The lobby is set up as it might have been back when it was a functioning hotel, so you can lounge around and maybe pretend you're waiting for those famous guests to come down and meet you. You're free to roam the interior and explore all the angles of the wonderfully unique piece of architecture you have here. And if you want to relax even more in this space, there's even a little cafe on hand. What I particularly like about Meiji Mura is the working transport system. First, you've got the option to ride an electric tram that used to glide around the streets of Kyoto. This particular tram was built in 1910 and was part of what was Japan's first electric-powered railway. As you ride amongst the Meiji buildings, it's easy to get a sense of what a slower-paced life would have felt like. There's also a steam train you can ride for a short length of the park. A lot of technology was imported from overseas in the Meiji period, and this engine came from England. It was first used on the railway between Tokyo and Yokohama and has been in service ever since. So Meiji Mura is about 35 minutes from Nagoya Station, but at least 100 years back in time. I'm tempted to say that it's less hidden gem, more buried treasure, because few people know about it and even fewer visit. But I think Meiji Mura alone justifies a one-night stay in Nagoya. You need to take a train to Inuyama Station first and then pick up a bus to get here. I want to flag up that they usually have a great value ticket pack, which includes your transport and admission, as well as a couple of bonuses. I'll put links in the description. So if you're not wowed enough yet to want to stop over in Nagoya, then let me give you reason number 3 in just 2 words. Original castle. Yes, that's right, original castle. Japan has only 12 of these guys still left standing, and one of them is just a short train ride away from that boring city called Nagoya. No, it's not Nagoya Castle, but Inuyama Castle. It's one of the oldest originals. It was first put up back in 1537, and the fact that it's made it through so many wars and natural disasters and is still here is pretty much a miracle. And here's the thing, while gazillions of tourists are hurtling further down west to join the lines at Meiji Castle, they haven't even heard of Inuyama. This castle is very much on the small side as fortresses go, and as you explore you'll certainly wonder how soldiers back in the day managed to get around in here along with their weapons. There's no space for a full-scale museum inside the main tower, but there are some displays of samurai armour and swords that you can see. Unlike health and safety obsessed attractions elsewhere in the world, Inuyama Castle trusts you to climb the steep wooden staircases inside without doing yourself in. I will warn you though, it is quite a workout to climb to the 4th level of the tower, but on the plus side, you climb up in stages, so there's a chance to take a break if you really need to. And that workout is 100% justified by some incredible views of the river, the surrounding mountains and the cityscape below. When you get to the top, you're about 85 meters or 280 feet above the Kiso River, and it's about to get scary. It's quite daunting to venture out onto the balcony on the 4th and highest level of the castle tower. The walkway is extremely narrow for modern day visitors like you and me, and I must admit I ended up with rather sweaty palms after getting this footage of the wonderful panoramas. The perfect area to unwind after all that climbing is between the castle and the railway station. This is the wonderful, nostalgic Castle Town area, with narrow streets filled with traditional wooden townhouses known as machiya, souvenir shops, cafes and food stalls. Here, custom allows you to buy some food and eat it as you walk along, so the area has a festival kind of atmosphere, only it's every day of the week. It's definitely a spot where you don't want to hurry, so take your time and enjoy the vibe. From Nagoya, Inuyama is but 25 minutes away on the express train, but you might as well be in another world. Since Meiji Mura is only 10 minutes away from here, you can easily combine it with Inuyama, although I do think you're going to feel a bit rushed if you do that. And if you liked these underrated spots, check out this playlist of inspiration for your next trip. See ya!